Hi folks. Okay, we're going to recover my Gentle Lady glider. I've already measured out the covering and marked on the underside of the wing where it's going. I've used 2 pieces of sticky tape there so that I can get the backing off of the covering. And I'm sealing it with an iron at a temperature of 250 degrees Fahrenheit. And I've done each of the corners and the center there, and now I'm just touching on each of the ribs. So working from the center of the wing, going all the way out to the wing tips. You can see that I'm just pulling it slightly with my finger, and now I'm holding the tension and working my way from the center of the rib to the leading edge, and then just running that iron over those ribs. And now I'm just retensioning holding it from the end and making sure that I get the center, each of the center of each of the ribs. And then again working my way from the center to the leading edge, and then after that I'll work my way from the center of each rib to the trailing edge. Just holding onto that edge of the film so that there's no big wrinkles left on the film. Now I'm not pulling it tight, I'm just taking up the tension. You can have a fair bit of slack there, and when you finally get around to it, tensioning it up, it'll pull tight. Now once I've sealed around the edges, I've heated the iron up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and now I can seal around the edges and then trim off any excess. Once the excess is trimmed off, I can work my way around finally around the wingtip, and then I'll trim off any excess there. Again, I've got the high heat on now, so around 350 degrees, and I'm working slowly on each part of the leading edge, making sure it's sealed really nicely on those edges. And then I'll go around and roll the iron over that leading edge, bringing the film around to the other side so that I've got good contact. All right. Now just repeating the process for the trailing edge, just tensioning slightly as I move my way along and sealing that down nice and tight against the trailing edge. Now I'll repeat that process. Tacking along the middle, starting from the middle of the wing, going to the tip for the other side of the underneath, and then for the top side where the film goes over the rib at the dihedral, you just need to put some little slits in there so that you can roll the film over that rib and seal it to the inside of that rib, and that'll make sure that when it gets shrunk at the end of the last process, it'll maintain its contact with all of the timber parts. You can see I'm rolling that over the leading edge with a higher heat now, and then I'll go around and do it on the trailing edge. There was a fair bit of I'm trimming off any excess now as well. You can see the solid timber parts in the middle of the wing. I decided to cover those with white film because there was quite a fair bit of damage, and I couldn't get all of the staining out from the previous film. So yeah, I put on some white opaque film and then cut small squares and made a checkerboard pattern for that for the solid section there. You can see I'm sealing it onto the inside of that rib, and now again starting from the center of the wing, moving out, sealing along the center of the ribs first, and then working my way out to the leading edge. Now I'm taking care not to shrink any of the film at this stage. I'm only tacking it with a temperature of about 250 front and back. And then once it's all tacked down, I can go back over it at 350 and then trim off any excess. So I can repeat with the where I'm covering that section, I'll repeat on the left hand side using the same process. Just rolling that excess. Where that top piece meets the other part of the top wing, there's a slight overlap there, you can see at the dihedral. But joining film on film, you can do that, and it's worked out quite well. I'm quite happy with the checkerboard effect, and I'm really happy with the way that the film was shrunk down. So at a temperature of 350, with the iron working from the center of the rib to the outside of the wing, and just the same order that you did when you were tacking the film down, you can do that to do the final shrinking. Really happy with the outcome of this. So you can see the white on the solid timber there. You can see the overlap joining film on film, and then the checkerboard effect. Fantastic. I'm just really, really happy with the outcome. Well, here it is after quite a few days worth of work to strip down the old bodywork, the fuselage, strip down the wings, and then clean up all the balsa wood and get it all nice and smooth, ready for the new coating. There was a few little breaks when I crashed it last time, just in here, so that's been repaired. There was a crack just in here, that's been repaired, and some extra body work's been done. But yeah, I'm really happy with the result, and all I need to do now is pop a motor on the front, and then I'll be ready to just get out there and give it its new maiden flight for the Gentle Lady, Carl Goldberg model Gentle Lady. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.